to flip slides.
Thanks. Good afternoon, everyone. Was anybody in the audience this morning when I made my famous predictions? So should I start out with predictions? No, I won't do that. I've been put on a much shorter leash this afternoon. In fact, Ms. Miller has carefully scrutinized these charts in advance, so I probably can't say anything. Well, maybe I'll go a little bit off script. So I'm the Chief Technology Officer at Disa, and I'm going to talk about two opportunities that are upcoming. Now, you may say, gee, you're the CTO, shouldn't you have more? And unfortunately, I don't know what I'm going to be doing that far in advance, and that's sort of the nature of technology. Henry Ford once said, if I had listened to my customers, I would have built a faster horse. So I'm not necessarily looking backwards at requirements. I'm looking forwards for new innovative opportunities. And one place that we bring innovation into DISA programs are something called Joint Concept Technology Demonstrations, JCTDs. And if you've been around a while, you probably remember ACTDs, Advanced Concept Technology Demonstrations. And those are a partnership between various organizations in the Department of Defense. And basically that partnership, we have some funding in DISA to act as an operational, not an operational, a technical or a transition manager of a JCTD, where we can build a capability that an operational manager, a COCOM, a requirement sponsor wants, and move that rapidly to production. It's an alternative form of the acquisition system. So these JCTDs get approved on a yearly basis, and that's one reason why I don't know that far in advance what I'm going to be doing, because my JCTDs that are going to start in FY12 have not yet been approved yet. They're still being racked and stacked. So the ones that I can talk about are the ones that have been already approved for FY11. I know it's kind of late in the year to contract for FY11, but we've been in a CRA, as well as a support agreement for an ongoing JCTD. So the first one, force generation. This is preferred force generation. This is actually one that we're working in partnership with Joint Forces Command. I guess now the Joint Staff J8, they're the operational sponsor. The anticipated start date for the contract, this JCTD has already been approved, is the second quarter of FY12. The previous work has been done by GIVCOM, basically a technology development that preceded this by CSC. There's what we know so far, small business involvement, and our contract type, we would like to use an existing competed vehicle. And basically, this is taking an existing capability that GIVCOM has built called JSERM, Joint Capabilities Requirement Manager, and extending its net enabling to basically improve our ability to do adaptive planning. So this is a FY11 JCTD, and we will be going out. Actually, that contract type, I'm not sure if that's correct or not. Normally, you'd see something like firm fixed price or time and materials. Ms. Miller would really like every contract coming out of DISA to be firm fixed price. Now, I'm going to temper that a little bit, and I'll go off script here. Firm fixed price works really well for some things. For some of what we're doing in these JCTDs, which is called agile development, where you don't actually know what the requirements are in advance, you actually develop the requirements in very short, tight cycles with the operator. Firm fixed price doesn't work as well as we'd like. So we're evaluating the possibility of using something other than firm fixed price, and we'll still stay away from time and materials, but yeah, maybe cost plus, maybe some award fee, who knows. So next. This is actually a contract to support a JCTD that's been ongoing for a couple of years now, called National Senior Leadership Decision Support Service, and this is to support a piece of it, and that's a mashup. If you're really interested in taking a look at what this is, I encourage you to go out to the trade floor in the DISA area under the Advanced Concepts Office. We actually have a demo of this mashup capability. Anticipated start date is the first quarter of 12. Predecessor contract, Jack B, that builds some of the underlying infrastructure and then helped us write software on top of it, has been doing work in this area. I'm going to highlight the contract type once again. We're not certain if firm fixed price is the best vehicle for this, and we're continuing to evaluate that to come up with an option that allows us to more flexibly evolve this capability based on COCOM requirement prioritization. Basically, it's a visualization tool that allows you to build mashups, take disparate data sources, and build situational awareness, user-defined operational pictures in near real time to support national senior leaderships as well as intelligence and C2 users in the Department of Defense. So, believe it or not, after all that I had to say this morning, that's all I have to say this afternoon. And I don't know what the format is, Kathleen. Do I just run away or do I have to take questions now?
You have to take questions.
All right, I'm ready to take questions.
I have a question for you, Randy
Yes.
South, SAIC. Can you talk about how you transition JCTDs and ACTDs to programs of record or enterprise efforts?
Yeah, that's a good question. So the background on ACTDs or JCTDs, when they're initiated, we have to have an agreement. There's an implementation directive, and that is sort of the thing that kicks it off. And then we have a management plan that really defines all the roles in it. And there's several roles. There's the operational executive, that's normally OSD, Rapid Fielding Directorate. There is the technical manager, that's a role Disa often fulfills, my office, the office of the CTO, so they're the developer. The operational manager, they're the requirement sponsor. Somebody like a combatant commander is almost always the operational manager at JCTD. And then we have an XM, or transition manager. And what we try to do for JCTDs that we work inside of DISA is identify a DISA program or a particular service area, get them to agree to be the transition manager up front for this JCTD, and then if the JCTD is successful and it realizes a capability that they can use as part of their program, they will transition the result of that JCTD, which could be concepts, it could be technology, it could actually be worked implementations or even physical systems, and they will then incorporate that into their baseline and sustain it. Next. All right. I clearly, I'm between you and beer this afternoon, so no? There's another question? Okay. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And Kathleen, over to you.